Hey guys, welcome back to Learning Curve Tech, where I learn tech with you. I started making stop motion about 3 years ago now, but back when I started making stop motion, there were a few things that I didn't know that I wish I had known. In this video, I want to share with you a few reasons why you actually might not want to make stop motion, because I think that there are a few common misconceptions about what stop motion is and how it works that I want to address. So basically, stop motion is a series of images called frames that are played back very quickly to give the illusion of movement. In between each of these frames, the animator will move the character a small bit each time. The rate the images are played back at is called the frame rate, usually around 24 frames per second. So picture this, an average feature-length movie is about 100 minutes, which is 6,000 seconds and 144,000 frames. It takes most animators about an hour to do just 1 to 2 seconds of stop motion. This means that it takes about 3,000 hours, or about 375 8-hour workdays with no breaks. However, that still doesn't factor in the complex nature of feature films. So animating alone, it would probably take an average person about 3 years to complete a stop motion feature film. So why am I saying this? Well, if you don't have patience or you really like a fast-paced job, then stop motion is not going to be the job for you. However, on the other hand, stop motion can also be a lesson in growing in patience like it is for me. Now, before we move on, it would be great if you could hit that like button if you're finding this video helpful so far. When you do that, YouTube will send this video to even more people who can hopefully learn something from this video. Now, the next thing you should know is that stop motion is not done digitally. Stop motion is done using computers to capture the frames, but the computer does not animate for you. I think a lot of people watching this will probably have watched the Lego Movie and they want to kind of replicate that look, but the Lego Movie was actually almost fully 3D animation. I believe there is one little part with stop motion, but 99.9% of the entire Lego Movie was not stop motion. So in short, stop motion will never get you those crazy shots unless you have a motion control rig, which can cost upwards of $5,000 a day to rent. Also, 3D animation usually has smoother motion and higher quality images. However, the imperfect nature of stop motion makes it more realistic in a different way. Also, I personally love stop motion because you are actually animating a physical object and not a virtual object. Now, the third reason you might not want to make stop motion is because it is not a sustainable job. Now, of course, if you're just doing stop motion as a hobby, this isn't going to be any problem for you. But if you're trying to find work, it can be pretty difficult to find work in stop motion. There simply aren't nearly as many studios using stop motion compared to 3D computer animation. However, there are still many ways to make money in stop motion. For example, social media, product videos, and other sorts of advertisements can really make you a lot of money in stop motion. If you have a passion for stop motion, you will make it. But if you don't, you will not enjoy your job and you won't make as much money because people can see when you don't enjoy your job and when you're not passionate about your art. All of this is not necessarily to discourage you from actually making stop motion, but it is to give you a realistic outlook on what stop motion is so you can know if you actually want to spend a lot of time on it. If none of the reasons that you might not want to make stop motion apply to you, then by all means, go ahead and make stop motion. One of the best ways to get started in stop motion is by subscribing and hitting the bell right here and then watching this video to help get you started in stop motion. That's all for now, guys, and I'll see you next time on Learning Curve Tech.